Welcome back to Story Space, Haunters. This channel is your portal to 3 to 4 bone-chilling true stories every week. So, gather round the digital campfire and prepare to be spooked. Now, let's delve into the next unsettling tale. My father used to do farming in the jungle. At that time I was 18 years old and today I am 42 years old. The incident is such that where my father used to do farming, the jungle surrounded the farm from all sides. There were other people who used to go there, and many times I used to leave my house at around 12 p.m. to give food to my father, and I used to sit there till my father finished eating. After that, when my father finished eating, I would bring that empty box back home. Once it happened that when I reached the farm, I saw that my father was not working. He was lying down. I thought maybe he must have got tired after working, so he is lying down. I went and asked my father, "What's the matter? Are you lying down? Are you tired?" Papa said, "No, I am not tired, just my health is not feeling well." I told Papa, "Okay, then you go home." At first, Papa refused, but after insisting, Papa came home with me. It was a good thing that I brought him home because Papa's health had deteriorated a lot. At night, I had to go to the fields to irrigate. I told Papa, "Papa, you stay at home, I will go." But Papa insisted on going. Then Mother shouted at him and Papa agreed. I said, "I will go and irrigate well." I left my house around 9 or 9:30 p.m. I had a small torch in my hand and I was walking towards my field, seeing the way. From there, my field was about 2 kilometers away. Many times we used to go by bicycle and sometimes on foot. At that time we were used to walking that much. When I reached my field, I saw that the farmer who had the field next to our field was sitting there. He might have also come to irrigate. After he irrigated, I started irrigating and he told me to stop. I said, "No, you go, I will come." When I was irrigating, I felt as if someone was coming from a distance. When I saw it, I thought that maybe it was my father. I started talking to myself in my mind. No matter how much you explain to them, they don't understand. What was the need for them to come now when their health is bad? And I started muttering in my mind. I thought that my father was visible from a distance. By the time he would come, I would have finished even more work, so I got busy irrigating again. 10 minutes had passed, but my father had only moved a little ahead. I said in my mind, "By now, Papa should have come." Papa is still standing as far away as I can see him. I shouted from the field, "Papa, you go away. Your health is bad. Why did you come here?" But I got no answer. Then when I looked closely, it felt as if Papa was calling me towards him. I left the work half done and moved forward towards Papa, but what do I see? As I was moving closer to Papa, Papa was moving away from me. I couldn't understand what was happening. Actually, there were also big trees in that dense jungle. From a distance, I could see the tree near which Papa was visible. I reached that tree, but now Papa was still as far away from me as I was looking at the tree from the field. I again walked that far and again Papa was away from me. I got very angry. I stood there and shouted, "Hey, what game are you playing? I have work to do, I am going to work, you go home." Saying this, I turned back towards the field. As soon as I started irrigating in the field, I realized that there was a black shadow standing behind me. As I turned back and looked, I saw that there was a black shadow which was looking at me. I was watching him, not understanding what was happening, because neither had I ever seen a ghost before, nor had I ever heard from anyone in our village that there is a ghost in the village. I felt as if someone was making fun of me, and that is why I picked up the water that I was putting in the field and threw it on the shadow, but the water passed through it and fell behind. I was shocked to see this and I did not understand what to do. I slowly started moving out of the field from there, and that shadow was also following me. Then as soon as I came out of the field, that shadow did not come out of the field, it stopped inside the field. I felt that I should tell this to Papa, and there was still some work left to be done in the field. I thought it would be better to go home, get Papa again, and since his health was bad too, I re-entered the field. This time, as soon as I stepped into the field, that shadow hit me hard. I didn't feel the sensation of being hit, but when I flew and fell, my chest and stomach ached a lot. Then I realized that the shadow had hit me very hard, which is why I had pain in my chest and stomach. The place where I fell also had small stones, which caused scratches all over my body. Just as I got up, I saw again that the shadow was still inside the field. This time I didn't have the courage to go inside the field, so I managed to get myself home. When I came home and my mother saw me like this, she got worried. She asked, "What happened? Did you fall?" I just nodded because if I said anything else, maybe both Mom and Dad would get scared. It wasn't right for me to speak at that time, so I silently went and lay down on my bed. The next morning, when it was day and Papa's health started to improve a little, Papa went to the field and as usual, I also went to the field behind Papa to give him food. When I went there and sat down, I started telling Papa about the incident that happened to me the previous night. Papa said, "That's why I wasn't letting you go alone." I looked at Papa in surprise. "You mean you know there's a ghost here?" He said, "Yes, there's a spirit here who lives here. And at night, it bothers people like this. So far, it hasn't killed anyone. We don't even know what it wants." Then it clicked me that the previous night, the farmer who was irrigating in the field next to ours, maybe that's why he asked me to stop. But I had refused him. Then I told Papa, "Papa, I refused him. But shouldn't he have stopped?" Papa said, "Oh, maybe he had some work too, or maybe he thought you weren't scared." Then Papa narrated another small incident. That incident was that some time ago, the land that belonged to Papa and the other farmer, they both saw a dead body lying there. Papa and the farmer who was on the other side of the field were both scared to see that thing, so they both picked up the body and placed it outside the field. Dad said that if they had told anyone about it, people would have suspected them of killing the person. So, they left the body there thinking whoever recognized it would come and take it away. But when they reached the field again the next day, the body wasn't there. We understood that someone must have taken it away. We didn't know it would be the soul of the same person who would trouble us later, and it's the same soul that has been troubling us to this day. I asked Papa, "Papa, isn't there a solution to this?" Papa said, "We talked to a lot of people, some wise people and some men who were called to address such issues, but nothing worked. So whenever we go to irrigate the field at night, we go together. And when we return from there, we are also together." Then Papa told me, "From next time, you never come to the field alone at night to irrigate." And that's what happened. Then Papa's health improved too, so I never had to go again. After that, we don't know what happened to that soul because we stayed there for a year and a half and then Papa sold that field too. We all shifted to another place. So friends, this was Joseph's story. Alright, haunters, that's all for this spine-tingling story. If you enjoyed the chills, be sure to smash that like button and let us know in the comments what you thought. Remember, we upload new nightmares 3 to 4 times a week, so subscribe to stay spooked. And if you have any real-life encounters with the unexplained, leave a comment and maybe your story will be featured next. Until then, keep your night lights on and sleep tight.